look at Module 9, review the last part of the walkthrough. So to find the coefficient of c sub 4 of the x sub 4 term, we need to ensure that the previous calculations align with the correct form. So let's reevaluate the Taylor series expansion for the magnetic fields around x equals 0 and focus on the x to the 4th term, ensuring proper expansion and simplification. So the given fields of the left and right loops, we're going to go ahead and write down a is equal to r over 2. So we can write, if you simplified this earlier, then great. If not, this is what it may look like. Mu sub 0 multiplied times I multiplied times r cubed, all divided by 2 times r, and then in parentheses x plus r over 2 squared plus r squared to all to the 3 halves. And then we have b sub, that's not correct, b sub r comma x is going to equal to mu sub 0 times I times r cubed. That's going to be 2 times r, open parentheses, x minus r over 2, all that squared plus r squared, all to the 3 halves. Okay, and so we are expanding the fields around x is equal to 2. That's not how you spell fields. X equals 0, sorry. So let's go ahead and take a look at the expansion for the left loop. So we're going to have x plus r over 2 squared plus r squared is equal to x squared plus r times x plus r squared over 4 plus, sorry, hold on, plus r squared, and that's going to give us x squared plus r times x plus 5r squared all over 4. And so now we can have x plus r over 2 squared plus r squared to 3 halves is equal to x squared plus r times x plus 5r squared all divided by 4 to the 3 halves. And for small x, we can use the binomial series expansion. Let's go ahead and write this out. 1 plus e to the 3 halves is similar to 1 plus 3 over 2 e minus 3 over 8 e, oh, that's not a 2, squared. And so we're going to go ahead and let e equal to x squared plus r times x all divided by 5r squared all over 4. And we can simplify that again to equal e is equal to 4 times x squared plus r times x all over 5r squared. So now let's go ahead and expand up to the x to the 4th term. So it's going to be 1 plus 4x squared plus r times x all divided by 5r squared to the minus 3 halves, which is similar to 1 minus 3 over 2. It's going to be 4 times x squared plus r times x all divided by 5r squared. And it's going to be plus 15 over 8. And that's going to be multiplied by 4 times x squared plus r times x, all divided by 5r squared. That's going to be all squared right there. And then it's going to simplify to 1 minus 6, and then it's x squared plus r times x, all divided by 5r squared plus 45 x squared plus 2 times rx plus r squared. That's all going to be divided by 50 r to the power 4. And then we can simplify this again to be 1 minus 6x squared all over 5r squared minus 6rx all over 5r squared plus 45, and it's going to be x to the 4th plus 2x cubed times r plus x squared times r squared. Running out of room. That's going to be all over 50r to the power of 4. That does not look like to the power of 4, nor does this. So let's now go ahead and look at the expansion for the right loop. So we're going to have x minus r over 2 squared plus r squared is equal to x squared minus r times x plus r squared over 4 plus r squared, and that's all going to equal to x squared minus r times x plus 5r squared over 4. And similarly, we can go ahead and write 1 plus 4 times x squared minus r times x all over 5r squared. Does not look like a 2, to the minus 3 halves, which is similar to 1 minus 6 times x squared minus rx, all divided by 5r squared, plus 45, and then multiplied by x squared minus 2 times r times x plus r squared. And that's all going to be divided by 50 times r to the power of 4. And then similarly, we can write that as 1 minus 6x squared, all divided by 5r squared, plus 6rx, all divided by 5r squared, plus 45 times by x to the power of 4, minus 2x to the power of 3 times r, plus x squared times r squared. And then that's all going to be divided by 50r to the power of 4. So let's now go ahead and combine the fields. So we're going to be summing the left and right fields. So we're going to have b sub x is equal to b underscore lx plus that does not look like a b underscore r comma x. And we can go ahead and write b sub x is similar to mu sub 0 times I times r squared, all divided by 2, multiplied by 1 minus 6x squared, all divided by 5r squared, minus 6 times r times x, all divided by 5r squared, plus, this is getting long, 45, that should be x to the 4th plus 2x cubed times r plus x squared times r squared. And that all came from above. All this stuff is we're just plugging it in. We're just rewriting, essentially. And then it's all going to be over 50r to the 4th. And then this is going to keep going. I guess I'm running out of room. OneNote doesn't like that I have more things to write. So that was just to give me more space, because we're adding on now. Mu sub 0 times I times r squared, all divided by 2, multiplied by 1 minus 6x squared, all divided by 5r squared, plus 6 times r times x, all over 5 times r squared, plus 45. It's going to be x to the power of 4 minus 2x cubed times r, plus x squared, r squared. That's going to be all divided by, you guessed it, 50 times r to the power of 4. Okay, and so in linear terms, 6rx divided by 5r squared cancel out. So we can go ahead and write b sub x to be mu sub 0 times r squared, all divided by 2, and it's going to be 2 minus 12x squared, all divided by 5r squared, plus 45 x to the power of 4 plus x to the power of 4 plus 2x squared times r squared. And it's all going to be over 50 times r to the power of 4. And now we can simplify this all to be b sub x is going to be mu sub 0 times I times r squared, all divided by 2. That's going to be 2 minus 12x squared all over 5r squared plus 90x to the 4 plus 90x squared times r squared. That's all going to be divided by 50r to the power of 4. And then we can keep simplifying this to be mu sub 0 times I times r squared, all divided by 2. And then we're going to have 2 minus 12x squared, all divided by 5r squared, plus this entire section right here is going to be simplified to 90x to the power of 4, all divided by 50 times r to the power of 4. And then now we can go ahead and do one more simplification of b sub x. And that's going to be mu sub 0 times I times r squared all over 2. And that's going to be multiplied by 2 minus 12x squared, all divided by 5r squared. Plus, this is going to turn into I don't know why I write 90. It should be 9x to the power of 4, all divided by 5r to the power of 4. So now the coefficient of C4 is going to be mu sub 0 times I all over 2r times by 9, all divided by 5r to the power of 4. And to match the given format, we can go ahead and write this as C sub 4 is equal to mu sub 0 times I, all divided by 2 times r, multiplied by minus 2 to the power of 8 times 3 to the power of 2, all divided by 5 to the power of 9 over 2 times r to the power of 4. So that is going to be our final answer right there. And the part that you type in is just going to be this. So it's going to be that minus 2 to the power of 8 times 3 to the power of 2, all divided by 5 to the power of 9 over 2 times r to the power of 4. So this one was a lot to get through. It's just a lot of algebra. I hope this helped.